Hey, yo, everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video, and today we're going to be doing another edition of What I Am Thinking. Now, for those of you that are new to my channel or know nothing about this video blog series, it is exactly as it sounds. It is me talking about what I am thinking. Now, it could be about anything. It could be about Tom Cruise. It can be about the Income T65 X-Wing. It can be about Randy Orton. It can be about my fiance. It could be about deodorant. It can be about anything. It's just what I am thinking. And what is today's edition of What I Am Thinking? Today I'm thinking about the DC multi-universe. See, for those of you that are new to comics or don't know much about comics, DC Comics has relaunched their product. Basically, they restarted all their comic books at issue number 1 about 6 months ago because we're at issue number 6. See, math. That college education really paid off. But they relaunched their product and we have 52 issues, number ones, and basically 52 new series. And this is set in the main DC universe. However, recently we've been getting stories set outside this DC universe. So we have the main DC universe, and then we have these stories set outside of it. For example, we're going to have Earth 2 in World's Finest, which are stories that are going to be based on Earth 2. Although World's Finest, I'm not sure if it's going to be in Earth 2 or in the mainstream. It's supposed to be Power Girl and Huntress getting back to Earth 2, but the theme is there. And then we have Batman Beyond, Superman Beyond, and Justice League Beyond Unlimited set in, there's no official term, but I'm going to call it the Beyond Earth. And then we have stories that are set in trades and hardcovers, such as Superman and Batman Earth 1, that are set on Earth 1. So, what I am thinking is it a good idea for DC to have all these multi universes? Is it a bad idea? And should there be more or less of these multi universes? See, this is going to be an interesting topic for me to talk about because, well, I'm kind of a weird comic book reader. Although all of us comic book readers are weird, that's what makes us interesting and unique and beautiful inside. But no, in all honesty, I am a weird comic book reader. Because, see, I do not give two flying Catherine Janeways about Elseworld stories. I'll read them, I'll enjoy them, but there's no consequence to them. They do not affect the mainstream DC universe. So if I read Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, it's a good story, but I really don't care because it doesn't affect the main Batman stuff. I'm reading Batman Beyond. Yeah, it's fun and interesting, but it doesn't affect the main Batman universe. I'm silly like that. I almost think as though those stories in that universe doesn't exist. They exist, but I just don't feel as though they exist. Why? Because usually Elseworld stories or stories set on other worlds are like happens only once in a while, or they're only one story set in that universe. For example, the Dark Knight universe. There's only one series of stories set there, and that is uh, the Batman Year One kind of Batman All Star Batman Robin, the Boy Wonder, and Batman Dark Knight and Dark Knight Returns, the Frank Miller stuff. Um, or Dark Knight Strikes Again, or like the All Star universe for Superman All Star is just All Star Superman. There's no other superheroes in the All Star Superman universe that we see of or we get to read of. I don't know. I'm just weird like that. I can't say it makes sense or it's logical. I'm just weird like that. But with these comics coming out, it seems as though we're getting ongoing monthly comics set in this universe. And it's not just one comics. It's not just like Batman Beyond and then everything else happens. It's Batman Beyond, Superman Beyond, and Justice League Unlimited Beyond. In Earth 2, we are getting Earth 2, and then we're going to get World's Finest. So is this a good idea? Well, I don't think having multi universes is a bad idea. But I think the amount of comics that we're having in the main DC universe and then having more comics in multi universes could be a bad idea. See, the thing is with the regular DC universe, we are going to have a standard of 52 comics. DC likes that number, they're not going to change it. But we're going to have 52, plus we're also going to have two more from the the Earth 2, so that's 54, plus 3 more from the Beyond universe, which is going to be 57, and then God knows how many more issues we're going to add on, or more titles we're going to add on. Is that too much? How many people are going to really have the money to go out and buy all those titles? I know I won't. I buy enough as it is, and I'm still adding every once in a while. I mean, will the general comic book reader be able to have that much money to go and commit to these titles? And more so over, are they going to care? It's really kind of a tough topic and situation. So I'm going to give you guys basically two answers. One, I'm going to give you the ideal, perfect answer that would never happen because I don't think DC would do it. And then what we'll do is we'll do a um, more realistic answer to this question. I know I'm kind of just rambling, but that's the point of these videos. So here's the ideal situation in question. There is a lot of titles in the DC 52. Now, not all these titles need to be set in the mainstream DC 52 universe. So, for example, titles such as Men of War or OMAC, or, I mean, I know these titles are getting canceled, but let's just even take some of the newer titles like Dial H for Hero, or let's just say Hawkman, or Mr. Terrific. These are great titles, but they do not need to be set in the mainstream DC universe. Maybe Hawkman does, but like Mr. Terrific, he can be an Earth 2 title. It doesn't need to be in the mainstream DC universe. Men of War can be set, or GI Combat can be set in the Earth 2 universe. Um, you can take certain titles from the DC 52 and move them over into other categories. And this does two things. One is it makes things a little less continuity heavy for some people in the mainstream DC universe. And two, it adds bulk to the other universes. It's not going to happen. But it's something to consider. It's something to think about. It's something that could work. But remember, DC likes the number 52, so they're not going to change that at all. Here is the more logical approach. And this is an approach Marvel kind of took. Is that DC, if it was to do more than one universe, should only do two. Nothing against Batman Beyond, but we don't need that. It's good. It's nice. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's nostalgic. But for the sake of selling comics and for the sake of the happiness of the reader, what we should have is this. We have the main DC 52 titles, whatever they want those 52 titles to be. I'm still waiting for an ambush bug number one. Anyways, and then you have Earth 2, which are titles set on Earth 2. And I would be even so bold to say that on Earth 2, a lot of the missing characters would be living on that Earth. For example, let's just say we have the mainstream 52 DC titles, and then we have, let's say, Earth 2, which would be just Justice Society, then World's Finest, then we have, like, I don't know, a Flash and a Green Lantern comic on those Earths, or whatever. Pick something. Haven't you noticed that Wally's been missing and Donna's been missing? Where have they been? Are we getting a new origin for them? Did they ever exist? Or are they on Earth 2? What if there was never a Kid Flash before Bart Allen, and never a Wonder Woman, a Wonder Girl before Cassandra Sandmark? What if there was never an Aqualad before the current Aqualad we have, who I forget his name? It does escape me. He was only in Brightest Day. But what if there was no Garth from, you know, the regular Aquaman Aqualad relationship? What if there was no Teen Titans before the Teen Titans? What if it was just, Arsenal, Dick Grayson, and Starfire working together? What if? What if Wally, Donna, Garth, all of them were on Earth 2 instead? It'd be a way to have those characters, but at the same time not being over convoluted with the DC universe and how much time we have to fit into the actual, timeline. It's just a question. It's just a thing, a food for thought. I'm kind of just again rambling, maybe going off topic, but it is something interesting to note. We haven't seen these characters. What if they're possibly over in this DC universe, the Earth 2 universe? But back to what I was saying is that there should be a regular DC universe, 52, and then an Earth 2. And that Earth 2 should be like Marvel's Ultimate Universe. Marvel has the 616 universe and then the Ultimate Universe. DC should have their main 52 universe, and then they should have their Earth 2. And Earth 2 should focus on the Justice Society, and then you could have titles on there. And I know this won't happen, but you can have like the World's Finest title, which is a Huntress and Power Girl team up title. And then you can have, I know it won't happen, but Mr. Terrific would fit very well over in that universe. You can't, because he's already established in the 52 universe, and his title's getting canceled. But you know what I'm saying. And then you can do some other interesting titles, like you can do a Dr. Fate title. Thinking about was our good friend Dr. Fate. Hmm? We could do a Spectre title, although I think the Spectre has been established in the regular DC universe too. Um, you can do a title focusing on Green Lantern and Flash of this Earth 2, which would be Alan Scott and Jay Garrick, which we know are going to show up. There's a lot of stuff you can do. But if we were to have multiple universes in DC, you can't throw too many at us. Because if I had to pick between the Beyond universe or the Earth 2, I'm going to pick Earth 2. If you guys set up Earth 1 and Beyond, I'm probably going to pick, Earth 1. If you're going to set up Beyond and the Dark Knight Returns, I'm probably going to pick the Beyond universe. It really comes down to how many universes are you going to throw at some people, because too many can be too much. It can be way too much for someone to read. So I really think there should just be a Earth 2 and a regular DC universe. Again, whatever titles go in there is up in the air. And, there's a lot of things I would like to see. Um, it also depends if Earth 2 is set in the DC universe, is set in right now, present day. I think it's going to be. Um, but, it's just stuff to think about. And it's something that I've been thinking about quite a bit recently. So I want to hear your opinions about this. I want to hear your thoughts about it. Please, video respond, comment, whatever. I'd like to hear people's thoughts on these topics, because maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Maybe I'm turning into a psycho. I don't know. But the thing is I like to hear other people's opinions. Um, that's what makes this YouTube stuff so fun, is the fact that you can connect with people in the comic book communities, equals amongst each other, and we can talk to each other. So please send your opinions. I would love to hear it. Video respond it or comment it. Go right ahead. As for the next edition of what I am thinking, I might go very off topic and do something not comic book and actually do something wrestling related. I do have, however, some comic book topics that I do want to talk about in my what I am thinking stuff. But this is just something that was going through my head. I really, there, boom. I'm gonna shut up now because I have nothing else to say. So please send your opinions. With that said, this is Andrew saying peace out for now.